Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. We made it to Friday. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. One more day for me that I am taking 2 weeks off. Yeah, I guess I was a slacker on taking vacations this year, so MLive sent me a message. Hey, you know you got to use all these by the end of the year. I said, okay, I'll do it. We're going to look at the Thanksgiving weather. I'll let you off the hook early. Prior to Thanksgiving and day of Thanksgiving, temperature should be well above freezing. And, you know, that's the basic. You don't have really any major winter travel problems if you get temperatures above freezing during the daylight hours, especially if you get them to 37, 39, 41 degrees or so. That's the way it looks. Then after that, it does look like we're actually going to have some winter weather. I'm not convinced that it's, you know, a long-lasting type thing. And that's why in my little tease I told you a few days of winter weather. So let's get on into it. Let's start off with today. And we have the perfect flow for a couple of isolated bands of lake effect rain. Hey, we got St. Charles checking in. Don't hear that much. Good morning, Donna Ackerman. Alyssa Matthews, good morning. And thanks for watching. And Barbara Gates, also good morning. So, radar forecast first. We have a band of lake effect down the very southwest corner of the state. And also in the eastern part of the thumb, we have lake effect rain showers. Sorry, excuse me. I've had this all morning. And we go through the day, so I would call it generally dry for most of us, except the eastern thumb and the southwest and the western, immediate western shoreline. But with the colder air and the warm lakes, tomorrow, 11 noon, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. Scattered brief rain showers, northern lower Michigan, even western lower. And by nightfall, maybe some little bursts of, you know, half hour of snow here and there. So you can wake up to some white grass in spots. Now, bigger picture. So we get rid of this storm system and we're dry on Sunday. Next storm system coming. And note the blue lines. That's the colder air. So the colder air is oozing southward. Now this is Tuesday and it would be cold enough for snow showers then. And the storm system I've been watching on Thanksgiving definitely bears watching. This is Thanksgiving morning. This model is usually pretty good, but it can be too cold, and it keeps the brunt of the precipitation south of us. At this time of the year, the adjustment is usually northward. The models are kind of too aggressive with the cold, and the storm comes north. So we will have to watch that, admittedly, for Thanksgiving. Then once that passes, we get much colder air down, and the classic signature by Friday, Black Friday and Saturday and Sunday of lake effect snow in a cold temperature regime. So there you go. That's out to Sunday, December 2nd. And where did November go, we ask ourselves. Here's a little easier look for you on the different types of precipitation. It's all rain today. And then maybe tomorrow it gets cold enough for some wet snow at times. Sunday's dry, so Sunday's a good travel day. Here's Monday, some showers developing. You see the snow back in the western part of the UP. And Monday looks like quite a mild day on the south side of the storm system. So remember what's happening is that the storm systems gradually track farther south. And if we have the storm center, like in this case, across northern lower Michigan, the snow band is way to the northwest of that, and the rest of lower is in the warm side of the storm. That's why we watch next week. Okay, so I got a couple of different things for you because we are interested now. We got the weekend covered, no travel problems, and we've switched our flips, or we've flipped our switch, right, to you know, now we wonder if we'll have snowy roads if we have to travel 3 and 4 days out. So that's going to be our focus here. So what I have for you is the chance of 1 inch of snow. This is going to be based off the Europeans ensemble mode. Remember, that's 51 different tweaks of the model, all averaged together. And what you'll see is after we get past Thanksgiving, a lot of Michigan has a high chance, like a 90% chance of 1 inch of snow because of the colder air pouring in, and probably a vigorous lake effect pattern for a day or two that can become kind of widespread. And even in the areas that you don't get lake effect, heavy lake effect snow, you can get 1 inch or 2. So we'll look at that, and then we'll look at a snowfall forecast out 10 days. And I want to warn you that it will look heavy, but remember, that's snowfall, and half of this melts still at this time of the year. So it just gives you a sign that we're going to start to talk winterish. Okay, so here's the snowfall accumulation probability over 1 inch. Okay, so probability of a white Thanksgiving, what does it look like? That's about 90% in Kalkaska and the Gaylord and Grayling area. Northwest lower, a 50 to 100% chance of 1 inch of snow. Southeast, very small chance. Now we go into Black Friday, and you see that, and by Sunday after Thanksgiving, you see that the classic southwestern snowbelt areas start to get a pretty high chance of 1 inch of snow, even toward Ann Arbor and Detroit. And as we go out, this is a cumulative type thing. So as we go out 16 days, almost all of us have a fairly high chance of at least 1 inch of snow. And where you see the darkest red, that's a 90, so meteorological on the models, that's a 99.9% chance. It's a 100% chance, folks. Okay, so here's your total snowfall looked at on a couple of different model runs. So we go through Monday and no travel problems. We go into Tuesday evening, and there could be 1 inch in the north part of lower Michigan. We go to a Wednesday, and really we're not looking at any widespread travel problems. Note on this latest run, note what's happening out in Iowa. And that is that storm system that I do believe we need to keep an eye on for some snow, perhaps on Thanksgiving. Now, this is the same info, but 6 hours earlier gives us a longer look. And note that as we go into Friday, it starts to add up some snow in the southern half of lower Michigan. So I do think that Friday, Saturday, Sunday may have some snowy, may have a band of some snow coming across the southern part of the state. We will have to watch it very closely. We will always watch storm systems that the center is to our south at this time of the year, because it would put us in the cold side, the snow band side. And now let's just run it out 16 days. And again, remember, this is a 10-to-1 ratio, which it may not be that for a lot of this, which would mean it would be lighter accumulations of this, and some of it will melt. So you won't necessarily, like say, for example, in Grand Rapids, by December 7th, see 7 inches of snow on the ground. You may have had 1 inch here and 1 inch there and a couple inches whatnot. But the point is, snow. All right, now temperatures. This is the ensemble mode. So high temperatures on Sunday, still warm, 50-ish. Let's go to Monday's high temperatures. Could be almost, well, let's call it mid-50s, Ann Arbor and the Detroit and Monroe area, and then 40s and warm. The only place you find anything cold is the western part of the UP. That's normal at this time of the year. Here's Tuesday, 40. So if we indeed have highs around 40, we don't have any travel problems, winter problems. This is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And indeed, if we do make it to 38 to 41, southern half of the state, even Traverse City, even Alpena, no travel problems, regardless of what precipitation is falling. This is Thanksgiving. high temperatures. Note the model reflects its snow band and holding the temperatures down to freezing. So the more I look at this, the more I wonder, white Thanksgiving in the southern half of the state, and then Friday, highs low to mid 30s, upper 20s north. Saturday's highs in the upper 20s to near 30. Now remember, this model can be cold, so even its 50 members, 50 tweaks would be cold. This is Sunday. High temperatures in the teens, I would say, would probably be too cold, but it gives you the indication. Now this is Monday, again, very wintry. Then this would be Tuesday, starts to let up. And this model, for whatever reason, wants to do, okay, so here we go. Still keeps us into the 30s as we head into next week. So, point is, looks like Thanksgiving and after, definitely something to watch on weather if you're doing some traveling. Still too far out to be exact, but every day in the last few days has been kind of leaning toward something maybe snowy falling out of the sky. Hey, there it is. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and this is the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. Stay safe, slow down, keep in touch with the weather on MLive. We'll keep you updated, and give yourself plenty of time if we start to get into winter weather. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Bye.